and Associates.
I would say that being a dad has really taught me what our clients go through. You know, once you have kids, the worst thing you can imagine isn't something happening to you. It's something happening to your children. So I want to be there to help others provide for their families as I do the best I can to provide for mine. It's just where you put your priorities. I'm J.D. Blevins with the Eichholz Law Firm, and my purpose is helping families.
$5 in value, only on Verizon.
Yeah, it's real.
Get spotted with an SRP Spotted sticker and get $100. That's right, it's that easy. Get your SRP Spotted sticker or magnet from any SRP location and you could be spotted and win $100. Follow us on Facebook for even more chances to win with Spot Me SRP. Good things are happening at SRP.
'Tis the season to put a smile on a child's face.
It's the Marine Corps Toys for Tots Drive, and News 12 is proud to be an official drop-off location.
Drop off a new unwrapped toy at our studios during normal business hours.
Make a child's holiday brighter with News 12 and Toys for Tots.
Celebrating 30 years with Richard Rogers. Happy 30th anniversary, Richard. You're watching News 12 live at 5. Continues.
Well, we've got a packed show for you, including a live SEC championship preview from Atlanta and our Under the Lights coverage following Edmund Burke Academy in their attempt to become state champions.
Lots to get to. We've got all that and more coming up for you in just 2 minutes. But first, we're going to take things over to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale for a look at our forecast. It is dry out there now, but
The weekend for you coming up in just a bit.
The Southeast Showdown, sponsored by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Championship weekend is officially here. We have Oregon-Washington playing tonight for the Pac-12 championship. The winner of that game will likely get into the college football playoff.
yeah, and the committee, they have their work cut out for them, of course, depending on what happens this weekend. That includes what happens in Atlanta. You know, just that little matchup happening.
Just a small game this
Just a
weekend.
small one between the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs and number 8 Alabama. Georgia trying to win back-to-back SEC championship games, and you know, Alabama, we just
Gotta get over the hump.
I know we gotta get over the hump.
Oh boy, Nick Proto and Laura Warren live for us at the Fan Fest in Atlanta. Looks like you guys have a furry friend there.
Oh look, we do. Well, this weekend is all about the dogs, so of course one of the sponsors of the SEC is Bush's Baked Beans, and we have. I'm feeling a little starstruck, Nick.
I know. I was going to say, this is the real celebrity in the room right here.
Right, like,
We got Duke
this
in the
is
house.
Duke, okay? So we know who Duke is going for. Who's your pick, Duke? Georgia or Alabama?
Hang on.
Thinking about it?
We had him a second ago. Give
What
us
do you
one.
think?
Oh, there you go.
Dogs.
That's
That was
Georgia.
the translation.
That is, you speak golden. You have a
I
golden
do.
tongue, so.
That was that. He said Georgia by 50. Yes. So.
There you go. There's the official prediction from Duke. Georgia by 50. So that's better than all the talking heads I'm seeing on all the networks and stuff. This is just as good, right? I'll take Duke's word for it.
We're still looking for balance. We haven't seen an elephant in the room to ask, but you know, we had to ask the celebrity.
Yeah, and if they bring an elephant in here, I'm staying far away. I'm not getting anywhere near that thing. But we are having a great time out here at the Dr. Pepper Fanfare event. We've seen our coverage all evening long. We'll be here throughout the rest of the thing until it closes around 7 o'clock tonight. So we'll have more coverage coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
All right, go Dogs. Okay, we gotta say it. Roll that beautiful bean fridge.
Oh my God, what a good boy though.
I know.
He is just sitting there, enjoying his time, getting some pets there. Oh my goodness, I'm kind of starstruck just watching that.
First
Jealous.
of all, we're jealous of the assignment to begin with, and then on top of it, now you're bringing a dog into the mix.
That's
Will
so
and I
cool.
are so jealous. Y'all are having a great time.
Not just any dog.
Famous dog. He's a best boy.
Oh, so good just sitting there. All right, love it. We'll check back in with you guys in the next half hour.
Yeah, I love that they're having so much fun. Okay, we're talking college football, but every high school football player dreams about winning a state championship. And tonight, the Spartans from Edmund Burke Academy, they are 1 win away from doing just that.
Edmund Burke's state title game against Gatewood kicked off just moments ago, and News 12 Sports Director Dan Booth joins us live from Macon with the latest on this game. Dan.
Meredith and Will, I can't say that this is as big of a matchup as Georgia and Alabama, but with a state championship on the line, we've got ourselves a fun game in the middle of the second quarter. 7-3 in favor of Edmund Burke at the moment over Gatewood. Now, when it comes to Edmund Burke, this team has been destined for this moment. They've waited over a decade to get back to the state championship game, and throughout the entire season, they've been the #1 ranked team since the middle of October in all of Class 2A in the GIAA. And if they continue to live up to that hype, tonight they'll be bringing home their first state championship in school history if they can continue to hold on to this lead. Now, the Spartans are coming into tonight's game with an 11-1 record overall on the season, with that one loss coming to Briarwood in the region championship, which has fueled this team to a long playoff run. Gatewood, the team that Edmund Burke is playing tonight, defeated Briarwood in the state semifinals last week, so it gives you an idea just how much these teams were able to scout for each other heading into tonight's matchup. I had the chance to speak with second-year head coach Andy Woodard before kickoff, and he told me that their whole football program has undergone a massive transformation over the past couple of years since he took it over. Now, everything from their offense to their defensive schemes, and even how they're approaching big games like tonight. For the first time, Edmund Burke is back in the state championship game since 2011. They came up runner-ups that year, and they're really doing everything they can to capitalize on that momentum that they have heading into tonight's game. Once again, we are currently in the middle of the second quarter. Edmund Burke is up 7-3 at the moment, still early on, but a lot of opportunities for some exciting moments in this game. Also, Coach Woodard told me that he was beyond excited and proud of everybody that showed up to their send-off this morning, and also told me that there's a chance that more people are going to be at the send-off than there will be for their Christmas parade coming up in a couple of weeks. So it's going to be a lot of fun to continue to break all this down and see if Edmund Burke can get the job done tonight. I'll have more updates on News 12 at 6 o'clock. For now, reporting from Macon, Dan Booth on your side.
Thanks, Dan. A lot of support out there from the community as they sent off Edmund Burke Academy. Hopefully they can come out with a win, and we also look forward to those highlights later tonight.
Oh, yeah, Christmas coming early for them. Thanks, Dan. A former Aiken County Sheriff's deputy facing charges tonight after discharging his weapon earlier this year. 31-year-old Christopher Williams is accused of shooting his weapon back in March during a traffic stop. Now, nobody was injured, but the gunfire did violate the agency's use of force policy. Williams was fired in March. Now, SLED has charged him with misconduct in office and assault and battery in the first degree. He is out of jail on bond tonight.
For decades, the Family Counseling Center of the CSRA has lent a helping hand no matter the ability to pay, but now they're at risk of closing for good.
Rising costs and a lack of funding since the pandemic is really putting a strain on the center, which has helped countless people. Our Nick Veland is live in our newsroom. And Nick, break down how the center is now fighting to stay open.
Yeah, Meredith, the center is in dire need of support, and when the new year comes, they might have to close their doors. The Family Counseling Center of the CSRA has been serving the area since 1980. They'll provide mental health care to anyone, whether you can afford it, don't have insurance, or are underinsured. The executive director for the center, Selena Keys, says that this is the only center in the area that provides care to anyone, no matter your situation. Over the past couple of years, funding has been cut more and more, and now they're at a point where closing their doors might have to happen.
It is to heal a community. That mission is my life. I have put my heart and my soul into that, and I will continue to do that, not for me, but for the people that work for me and for the people that we serve in this organization. I won't go down without a fight.
And we will have a link of where you can donate on our website. And coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, I'll have more on the growing need of mental health in the area and why this center continues to fight to provide that care.
Thanks, Nick. Such a huge need in our area. A lot of programs, a lot of nonprofits. Funding is hard to come by these days.
It sure is. It will be missed if it has to close, that's for sure. If you are still searching for holiday gifts tonight, you might find what you need at Aiken's 53rd Annual Christmas Craft Show. The fun has wrapped up for today, but the show gets back underway tomorrow from 9 to 5 at the Odell Weeks Activity Center. Local and regional vendors are ready to help you finish off your shopping list.
We have 120 vendors this year, and there's something for everyone. There's woodwork, jewelry, needlecraft, edible goods, soaps, anything you can think of.
Unique gifts for the whole family. And when you eventually get hungry from all that shopping, there are food vendors at the show as well.
Food, you had me at food.
Yep.
That's all I needed. Well, the weather has already impacted some Christmas celebrations planned for this weekend. Some Christmas parades are still going on while others are postponed or been canceled. Columbia County is having their parade Sunday afternoon at 3 along with some road closures, but other parades including North Augusta have been rescheduled. For a full list of holiday events, you can scan the flow code there on your screen and that will take you to our website, wrdw.com. Riley, how are we looking this weekend for a lot of these parades still going on?
I'm actually really proud of Columbia County holding out and waiting until Friday to see what the forecast would be like, because by Sunday afternoon, it does look dry. I think Columbia County would be good for their parade. We'll take a look at that weekend forecast for you for the first weekend of December. Christmas tree up outside the studios. I'll look at that rain threat in just a bit.
Plus, Georgia lawmakers voting today to change voting maps for the Peach State. We'll break down what this means for you coming up.
Time and
All right, here's a look from our Beach Island camera. We actually have it zoomed into downtown Augusta, looking at the walking bridge there in downtown, the Savannah River. It's a little bit shaky with a bit of wind still out there, but fairly calm conditions for most spots, and temperatures relatively warm. We're actually still close to 70 degrees here as we get close to the 6 o'clock hour, and temperatures will remain in the 60s most of this evening into tonight. Looking at our radar network, we do have some rain between Wilkes and Lincoln County. That's heading up towards the upper branches of Clarksville Lake, and even some of the western parts, so near Holiday Park there, kind of southern Wilkes County. That's going to continue pushing into the South Carolina side of the lake. So McCormick County and Edgefield County, you're going to be next. This rain does stretch down to I-20, so Thompson, you may be seeing a few raindrops out there. Next in line, Columbia County, and then maybe able to see a stray shower from that for us here in Augusta. You can see south of us is where the much higher rain coverage is, and even more intense rainfall at that. And what we're seeing materialize today is that all that rain south of us kind of taking away our moisture for rain threats this evening into tonight, potentially even into the weekend. Here's a look at what it's expected to look like by tomorrow morning. You'd see really intense rain happening between Panama City and all the way into the western branches of that panhandle of Florida. So once that starts to materialize, that may be able to just kind of trap a lot of that more moisture-rich air south of us and just bring us maybe the opportunity for some lighter rain throughout the day on Saturday. Now, once we get into our Saturday afternoon, there may be able to be some breaks in the rainfall, so not necessarily an all-day rain event tomorrow. Once we get into Sunday, this is going to be when the main cold front does show up. So ahead of the front, we are expecting a line of downpours, maybe some storms in there, but right now not expecting a severe threat, mainly because of the timing. This is expected to push through early Sunday morning through around midday. Once we get into the afternoon, this should be moving out. So for that Columbia County Christmas parade by 3 p.m. Sunday, right now it does look okay as far as rain chances. Now, comparing our few different forecast models here, what I'm basically just highlighting is that our global models, they've been consistently showing over 1 to 2 inches of rainfall for most of the area for rain all the way through this weekend. Now that our higher resolution, more shorter term models are starting to get within that time frame of the weekend, they're showing significantly less rain. You can see our in-house model here showing less than 1/4 of an inch of rain for us here in Augusta, while both these other models are showing well over an inch. The reason is, as we were just looking at, that was actually one of those higher resolution models. Moisture gets robbed from those Gulf storms, so that can kind of lower our rain chances. Not quite ready to just eliminate all rain chances, but just a heads up, we may have to take these higher rain chances that we've been talking about with a grain of salt. But the best thing is, if you have outdoor plans tomorrow, just pull out that First Alert weather app, open up the interactive radar. You'll be able to see if there's rain around or if it's going to be pushing towards you late into the day. So that's the best opportunity to just kind of know what's happening tomorrow. Once we get into Sunday, I'm agreeing with this. There is going to be a cold front moving through. So behind the front, we should be much drier late into the day on Sunday. So looking better to get outside around that time frame. Just going back to it. So this is going to be our main front for Sunday. This is our rain chances for Friday and into our Saturday. And then once we get behind that main cold front, that's when we do see much drier weather show up by early next week. Just going back to these rain chances we're looking at up in Wilkes, Lincoln County, up towards Clarksville Lake, just light rain, and that's pretty much all we're expecting this evening. Any rain you do see should be pretty light in nature. Temperatures will stay warm this weekend. Once the cold front pushes through, we drop those temps again into early next week, but staying mostly dry next Monday through Friday.
Thanks, Riley. Today, lawmakers voted to approve new districts for our state after a judge ordered them back to the drawing board when he found our maps violated the Federal Voting Rights Act.
The vote actually brings them one step closer to changes to the state maps. Our State House reporter Abby Kasoris breaks down what this could mean for you.
Lawmakers will have 5 more days to come up with a compromise. While those maps pass a critical vote here today, some members from both parties left unhappy, calling the maps undemocratic, un-American, and unconstitutional.
Mr. Clerk, why don't you ring the bell?
This is the map the members of the Georgia House approved, changing 23 districts.
The Senate Committee on Reapportionment and Redistricting recommends that this bill do pass.
The Senate proposal changes more than 50. An estimated 3 million Georgians could be assigned to a different precinct, or a representative could have to run in another district. Republican Senator Mike Dugan split his vote from his party.
And I can't find the button on my desk that says Map C, the one that I would like to have.
Despite changes, Democrats wouldn't gain another district. Democrat Senator Jason Estevez has one of the districts most changed by the proposed maps.
There is frustration that residents across the state are not receiving the same consideration and that we don't have that fairness in the process.
He says he supports a plan to create an independent commission to draw district lines to keep politics out of map making. The Senate map will need to be voted on by the House and vice versa. Then the judge will have a chance to review the proposal. There could be a legal challenge if he feels that the maps don't comply with his order. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasoris.
Or do you have someone on your shopping list who seems to always be packing a bag for a trip? They're going to be easy to shop for. I'm Jamie Tucker. Coming up, I'm rounding up some tech gadgets for frequent travelers.
First Alert Radar, Wrdw Group.
Black Friday. And tell them that Brother Chico sent you.
Each day, more than 1 million people in the U.S. travel for business. If you don't have a frequent traveler on your holiday shopping list, there are a lot of options for you to consider.
Our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker has rounded out some tech gifts perfect for hitting the road or skies this holiday season.
What the Tech, sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School.
Frequent travelers know how to pack a suitcase, and the most efficient way to get through airport security, maybe catch a nap on the plane. But these tech gadgets, well, they can make their trips more enjoyable. I'm surprised how few people take along a portable charger and cables. Rather than needing multiple cables for the devices they need, a 3-in-1 charging cable cuts down on what they have to take along. These have standard USB for older devices, a lightning cable for iPhones, and USB-C for tablets and newer devices. A wireless charger eliminates the need of cables. The Anchor portable charger connects to an iPhone or other device to charge wirelessly. It's slim enough to keep in a jacket pocket. Noise-canceling headphones are a lot more comfortable than earbuds for an extended period of travel time, and they silence everything except what you're listening to on a phone or tablet. Lost luggage or messenger bags will destroy a trip. A lot of people are putting these Apple AirTags in their luggage now. No matter where it goes, they'll see where the bag is when they open the Apple Find My app. And I haven't traveled anywhere without one of these tech vests or jackets from Scotty Vest. With as many as 42 pockets, they can hold every phone, tablet, passport, IDs, wallet, sunglasses that they could possibly need on a trip, and they can also replace a carry-on bag altogether. There are vests, jackets, and hoodies with up to 18 pockets. Women travelers in particular love these. And I found at some airports, you're not required to take all of those gadgets out of the vest. You can simply take the vest off, put it on the conveyor belt. That makes going through airport security a lot easier. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
All right, thank you for those tips, Jamie. We are looking at the chance for rain this weekend, but rain should be pushing out by around lunchtime Sunday, so drier Sunday afternoon. They'll look at that 7-day for you just after the break.
iPhone 15 Pro, you're...
All right, well, today is December 1st, and we did not waste any time. We have our Christmas tree up on top of our roof, so if you're over by Riverwatch Parkway, you may notice that. It's also the very first day of meteorological winter, which was actually reminded to me by one of our TMPs, so thank you for that. And not really feeling like winter today. We actually do have temps in the mid-60s at the moment. There's going to be the opportunity for maybe a stray shower, too, if you are heading out this evening. Quick look at our radar network. You can see there is some rain up towards Clarksville Lake, so Lincoln, McCormick County, also Wilkes County, and even in Thompson there in McDuffie County. That's trying to push into Columbia County next. So may not be a bad idea to have an umbrella close by if you are heading out. You can see overall area-wide, I would say this rain is only impacting about 15% of us. But just a heads up, we are going to continue that chance for rain as this warm front does lift north this evening and to tonight. And then once we get into the weekend, this is going to be our main driving force, that cold front. That could bring us opportunity for rain really at any point during the day Saturday. Just not expecting necessarily quite as much rain as what we have been talking about the past few days. Temperatures comfortable right now, still in the 60s if you're stepping out. Temperatures are going to remain above average all the way through the weekend. Back more seasonal, though, by early next week.
All right, thanks, Riley. Stick with us. More news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break, and we are live from Atlanta, coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
On air